Leading SEO company Dallas, Texas. Enhance your online visibility today. Dallas is hot, but search visibility decides who wins. Dallas-Fort Worth is packed with B2B demand, from enterprise buyers to fast-growing mid-market teams. The region hosts 20-plus Fortune 500 headquarters alongside thousands of firms that buy software, services, and consulting every day. If prospects can't find you when they search, you're effectively invisible in one of the most competitive metros in the U.S. For most B2B companies, the first sales conversation happens on Google, not on a discovery call. Buyers search your category, scan the top results, and build a shortlist before your SDR team ever has a chance to introduce your value. That's why choosing a leading SEO company in Dallas, Texas isn't a branding decision, it's a pipeline decision. Our goal in this guide is to help you think about Dallas SEO the way a revenue leader thinks about it. Visibility that turns into qualified conversations. We'll cover what top SEO partners actually do, how to evaluate them using sales-centric criteria, and how to connect SEO with an outbound engine like a cold calling agency or SDR agency so demand doesn't die on the vine. Why Dallas SEO matters for B2B pipeline, not just traffic. B2B research behavior is the reason SEO keeps outperforming nice-to-have status. Research frequently cited in B2B SEO reporting shows 71% of buyers begin with generic, non-branded searches, and B2B sites can see up to 62% of traffic from organic search. If you're absent from page 1, you're missing the earliest and often highest intent moment of discovery. Dallas adds fuel to that dynamic because the market is dense and competitive. More vendors, more alternatives, and more Dallas or DFW modifiers in the query. When a buyer searches Managed IT Provider Dallas or SOC 2 Consulting DFW, they're signaling urgency and local preference. A leading Dallas SEO company knows how to capture that intent without diluting your broader positioning. Clicks are not evenly distributed, which is why rankings still translate to revenue. The number one organic result captures about 27.6% of clicks, and the top 3 results take roughly 54.4% combined. So moving a keyword from positions 6 through 10 into the top 3 can materially change lead volume. In B2B, that often means more qualified form fills, more demo requests, and more accounts entering your outbound nurture. What a leading Dallas SEO company should build for you. The best SEO partners start with fundamentals that compound over time. Clean site architecture, fast performance, and technical hygiene that keeps you indexable as you scale content. B2B websites often sprawl across products, industries, resources, and location pages, so issues like duplicate content, weak internal linking, or crawl waste quietly throttle results. A serious agency audits and fixes those constraints before more content becomes the default answer. Next, they translate complex offers into pages buyers actually search for and trust. That means building service pages, industry pages, and comparison content that mirrors real evaluation questions, not generic blog filler. When done correctly, SEO assets double as sales collateral. Your SDRs can send a page that answers a prospect's objection, and your AEs can use it to align stakeholders around ROI and requirements. Local and regional execution is where Dallas SEO partners can separate themselves. Nearly 46% of Google searches are estimated to have local intent, and local behavior is frequent. Around 80% of U.S. consumers search for local businesses weekly, with 76% visiting a nearby business within 24 hours of a local search. Even in B2B, decision-makers still prefer nearby vendors for complex services, on-site work, and trust-heavy engagements. How to evaluate Dallas SEO agencies using revenue criteria. Most agencies will show you rankings and traffic graphs, but revenue teams need a tighter standard. Qualified leads, meetings booked, pipeline created, and closed-won influence. Ask for B2B case studies that prove they can drive the right kinds of conversions in long sales cycles and multi-stakeholder deals. If the portfolio is mostly B2C or low-consideration local services, be cautious. B2B SEO requires different content depth, different intent mapping, and different measurement. You should also pressure test their Dallas strategy, not just their SEO vocabulary. A credible partner can explain how they'll win geo-modified queries, earn visibility in the local pack, and build authority in the Dallas ecosystem with the right links, citations, and proof assets. In local search, a meaningful share of clicks can go to local pack results, often cited around 42 to 44%. So ignoring maps and GBP optimization is a pipeline mistake, not a marketing detail. Finally, require analytics and CRM alignment from day one. If an agency can't clearly show how they'll connect Search Console, analytics, and attribution to your CRM, you'll end up debating vanity metrics instead of making budget decisions with confidence. The right partner helps you understand which pages and queries create SQLs, which keywords generate opportunity stage conversions, and where organic fits alongside outbound channels like a cold email agency or outbound sales agency. Rankings don't pay the bills, revenue does. The only SEO that matters is the SEO your sales team can turn into qualified meetings. Turn SEO visibility into meetings with SDR and outbound alignment. Here's the gap we see constantly. SEO generates interest, but nobody owns the follow-up with speed and precision. If an account downloads a guide or hits your pricing page, that intent should instantly inform your SDR sequences, call talk tracks, and targeting, not sit in a marketing dashboard. This is where pairing your SEO partner with a capable SDR agency or sales development agency becomes a force multiplier. Content that ranks should be operationalized for outbound. When your SEO team publishes a Dallas-focused asset, for example, a buyer's guide or an ROI breakdown, your outsourced sales team can use it as a reason to reach out, a credibility anchor in cold emails, and a path to a more consultative first call. Done right, SEO becomes the trust engine, and cold calling services become the conversation engine. At SalesHive, our role is to help teams convert visibility into pipeline without building an in-house SDR org from scratch. Since 2016, we've booked 117,000 plus meetings for 1,500 plus B2B clients by combining list-building services, targeted email outreach, and a disciplined calling motion. When your Dallas SEO efforts start driving the right traffic, we can act on those signals while also running net new outbound, so demand doesn't stall after the click. Common mistakes Dallas B2B teams make with SEO. The first mistake is treating SEO like a content calendar instead of a buyer intent system. Publishing thought leadership that doesn't target a specific decision stage query can inflate impressions without improving pipeline. In Dallas, where competition is high, you win by matching content to high-intent searches and backing it with proof, case studies, benchmarks, and clear who we help messaging. The second mistake is ignoring technical and information architecture debt. When buyers land on a slow page, a confusing service hierarchy, or a generic location page with thin copy, conversion rates drop even if rankings improve. Technical fixes aren't glamorous, but they prevent wasted spend by making every new piece of content easier to rank and easier to convert. The third mistake is letting leads leak due to slow follow-up and unclear ownership. In B2B, speed to lead and persistence matter, especially when inbound volume rises. If you don't have a consistent process, whether in-house or through sales outsourcing, you'll end up with SEO is working reports and pipeline is flat reality. How to measure SEO like a sales leader with a practical scorecard. If you want SEO to earn and keep budget, measure it the way you measure any pipeline channel. Rankings are diagnostic, not the end goal. Your executive dashboard should center on lead quality, meeting rate, opportunity creation, and revenue influence. This is especially important if you're blending inbound SEO with pay-per-meeting lead generation, an outsourced SDR motion, or a cold calling team, because you need apples-to-apples performance comparisons. A useful approach is to pair every SEO initiative with one downstream outcome you can track inside the CRM. For example, if you publish a Dallas-specific service page, define the target conversion, demo request, contact form, booked meeting, and create a CRM campaign that attributes influenced meetings back to that asset. This forces clarity on what working means and prevents endless debates about impressions. Clarity wins. When SEO reporting looks like this, you can make clean decisions. Double down on pages and queries that create meetings, cut content that attracts the wrong audience, and align your B2B sales agency or SDR agencies around the specific accounts and topics that already show intent. That's how SEO becomes predictable instead of mysterious. Next steps: build a Dallas SEO plus outbound system that compounds. The most reliable growth model in a competitive market is a system, not a tactic. SEO builds durable demand by earning visibility for high-intent searches, and it compounds as your content library and authority expand. Outbound, whether via B2B cold calling services, a cold email agency, or a sales outsourcing partner, converts that demand into controlled, repeatable meeting volume. If you're selecting a leading SEO company in Dallas, Texas, prioritize partners who talk about revenue, not just rankings, and who are willing to collaborate with sales. Ask how they'll build pages your SDRs can actively use, how they'll handle local SEO execution, and how they'll prove impact inside your CRM. The right partner won't be threatened by these questions. They'll welcome them. From there, operationalize the handoff. Define what constitutes an SEO-qualified lead, set follow-up SLAs, and build sequences that reference the exact pages prospects consumed. When SEO and outbound run together, you don't just get found, you get paid, because visibility turns into conversations that show up on the calendar.